this.
Hi, this is CJ Johnson. You're watching Watch This. Justin Wilman is an American comedian. He's got a new half-hour magic show on Netflix called Magic for Humans. Adam Boyes and Christie Okampshuta join me to discuss the show. Hi, guys.
Hey, Adam.
Why don't I get any inflection on boys?
You've got a boring
Hey,
last
boys.
name.
Yeah, sup, boys?
Yeah. So, first of all, before we get into this, what's your thing with magic? Are you generally fans of magic? Do you seek it out? Do you not give a shit? What's your thing with magic?
I hate magic and I don't like magicians because I think they're just doing it to, get laid. Really, I think it's cringy, but that's
how
my
I
personal
kind of think
thing.
about stand-up comedians, I
Oh,
suppose.
I think opposite. Oh.
Really? You find stand-up comedians hot, but magicians to be
stand-up is brave.
desperados?
Yeah, stand-up is brave and magic is, hey, look what I can do.
I'm gonna break news to both of you. Everything anyone ever does is to have sex with someone.
That's so true.
Lawyers, everyone become lawyers to have money to be able to have sex. We're all sexual beings. That's why we do everything. If nerdy magicians is the only way they can get laid is to do a cool trick, good on them.
It's so funny, like if you start up at Rockstar, and of course if you see someone belt out an amazing song and it moves you and you want to fuck them, and then you go maybe to like stage actor and you see them give their Hamlet, you want to go fuck them, and maybe you see a movie star in the street, I would put like after someone does a magic trick, you kind of want to know how it's done, but you don't want to fuck them.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if it works, good on them.
But you don't even care that much. You're like, oh, okay, wow, how'd you do it? Oh, cool.
Well, I like magic. I always have liked magic. I used to dabble in it myself.
To get laid or what?
And to get laid. To get laid.
Yes.
That's why. And I learned a few card tricks and every time got laid. So supremely well laid every time I'd find the ace. So I've always appreciated good magic tricks and I've, as I say, I've dabbled in it, got laid. And I used to watch those like when I was a kid, there were the specials on television and everything. But television magic has always obviously come with a huge caveat, which is it could be being achieved by the fact that it's on television. So especially when you're watching the huge illusionists like David Copperfield and stuff, and they make the Great Wall of China disappear or something like this, you know that it's the whole point of the trick is this is a trick as a television event. So Magic for Humans, this guy Justin Wilman, his whole vibe is we're getting away from all of that. It's just going to, camera's going to run. You're just going to see me and normal people react to it. And it's basically getting back to basics, which is just sleight of hand, real absolute sleight of hand. And I guess the other overwhelming concept of the show, in a show that really barely has a concept, is that it's Magic for Humans in that it is just the sort of diverse, nice people off the streets of America. Kind of mostly, sometimes he goes into schools, like the first episode here he is with school kids, and that's kind of cute. But generally, the basic vibe of the show, if it's got a basic vibe, is him sort of stopping people on the street and doing a little trick for them.
I'm magician Justin Wilman. I've spent my life attempting to master the art of magic. Now, I'm using magic to master the art of being human.
Wow, it's so big and black.
Go on.
Oh my God.
I think my big positive of the show is him.
Yeah.
I think he is, just look at him. He's friendly, he's handsome, he's got a beautiful voice, and he's just a good personality. He's born for television. He just, very unoffensive, very modern, very sort of woke, he just reads as like a good person, which probably really helps him, stop people on the street. I think, though, that also maybe contributes to what I think about the show is its dull factor is there's nothing new or edgy about it. Like, I think it sort of purports to be about society in some way, but it's not. Just because you're stopping people on the street from all walks of life, just because you're selecting a diverse crowd, you're not making a statement or anything. So really, he's kind of just showing tricks that you've seen before. What did you guys think?
Well, because I watch a lot of Penn and Teller Fool Us, I often have now found myself in a rhythm where I can identify how they've done the tricks because I go, I've seen a version of this, a variation on this. So what I love about Penn and Teller is this probably what Penn and Teller love is when they are fooled, when something fresh comes on the stage. So that's what I'm looking for as an audience member. So with this, it was in the background. I think I actively watched most of it, but I think I did some other things while I was letting the series play out and found it was quite a pleasant experience all around. However, there were some times that I saw things that I hadn't seen before. So I was looking for the same experience in this show. But you're right, it is a comedy show too. He's a comedian. So you're not just seeing magic, you're also seeing a guy mess around with people, doing things that aren't magic sometimes, but making it appear like magic for the person in the space.
Right.
Like the marshmallow things and things like that.
Yeah.
He's just having a good time with them, and so sometimes it is just a fun comedy gag where we're in on a joke with him.
Yeah.
And you know, it's light. I'd rather watch this than The Block.
Oh,
I'd rather
gotcha.
watch, if we're doing reality
Yeah,
TV,
it's so true.
this is some of the best reality TV I've seen.
Real magic,
What?
no camera tricks.
On the count of 3, you snap your finger. If you believe hard enough, you can turn this paper into money. 1, 2, 3.
Money! Can I have it since I made it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm picking at nits. I've got one other nit that I'll pick. But essentially, absolutely, as you say, it's totally watchable. There's no doubt about that. But that's from people who like magic. You don't like magic. What did you think of the show?
Oh, maybe if I was a kid, I'd love to watch it, but I didn't really rate it that high. He really hams on about that, no cameras, no edits, real life stuff. And it's just so hard to believe. It is so hard to believe. And I've seen on YouTube comments filled with people just being like, fake, fake. And this guy, poor guy, he's trying to reply to them being like,
Oh, he's trying to reply?
He's replying to them. He's like,
no.
actually, it wasn't. I'm like, you're going to lose either
my
way.
gosh.
Don't engage. Don't engage.
Don't
You're losing
engage.
a battle here right now, man.
That's funny.
And so the thing is, the comedy was, it tried to be a little bit, funny and edgy, but sort of it was really half-assed,
Yeah.
They would do this sort of Eric Andre thing with the Magic for Susans. They would go, Magic for Susans, Magic for Susans, like sort of this 80s,
V
Yeah, I know what you're saying about the...
yeah, that type of thing. And because it is TV, the thing is, he does a lot of stuff with people's phones. He throws people's phones in the water. Because it's on TV, I want something edgy to happen. I want someone to be like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And like grab him
Push
and
him in
shake
the
him.
water.
And everyone's like,
Yeah. You actually get the really sanitized version of that, which is a black woman, a black American woman, telling him not to do that to a black American man in case or something like that.
Yeah,
She brings about this
Don't
whole
do
stereotype
that,
about like, you better not do that to another brother or another sister because they're gonna, I'm not gonna bust your chops, but someone else will.
yeah, so they sort of were like, haha, yeah, we could have, but no, I
Yeah.
want to see him get punched in the face or something if we're going to see magic on TV.
I don't believe any of it's camera faked. I do believe that it's all proper because when you come right down to it, it is all just sleight of hand. It is all just classic close-up magic sleight of hand. I mean, you said that magicians do this sort of thing because they want people to fuck them. Did you?
No, this guy.
where do you rate this guy?
This guy's sweet. He obviously genuinely likes it. I just think it would have worked better if there was some sort of showing you how they did it at the end. Because the whole time I'm so disengaged because it is TV.
Well, this gets to my point.
Which
is that I guess. If I was a little kid, if I was 8, I would be all over this show. I would love it. I would have watched it start to finish twice already by now. But now I'm at this point where with magic, he's too good. And so everything he does, I'm so frustrated because I don't know how it's done that I don't want to watch anymore because I'm just like, every time he does it, like when he did that stuff with the phones, I was like, how the fuck does he do that?
Yeah.
And everything he does, it is really good. I mean, that pose he does in the yoga. I'm like, how in the world does he do that?
Totally.
And so I literally don't watch it anymore because I want to know, but I'm not willing to, go into Google to find out how it's done because nor do I want to know. I don't want either. And so I'd rather just not torment myself.
I think this could have been saved if it was just less angles, less like they had so many cameras around and they want to make it look beautiful and cinematic, but it just takes away from the authenticity. If it was one camera, that type of thing, following him around, if it didn't look like a movie, it would have, I think it really saved it. But there were so many camera angles, so many changes, it just sort of, it breaks you out from it. And so, yeah. But for a magic show, like, I think he did, for a magic show, like watching a magic show on TV, I think he did an amazing job. I think he did the best that someone could do to make magic interesting for TV. Just I'm not interested.
Right.
So you're not going to sleep with him then, as it turns out.
No.
Sorry, Justin.
Sorry, babe.
How does he do it? Is he a witch? I'm gonna show you a trick, then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry. Question is, if Ginger Spice hadn't left the Spice Girls, you think they'd still be cranking out the hits?
Yeah.